What's up YouTube, it's your boy Rashad and I'm back here with another video, and this is going to be a story time, as you can tell by the title below. So we're going to go ahead and basically talk about the time how I met a fake friend who was very animated. So we're going to go ahead and get right into the video. Alright, so this person, we're going to name him or her Joanna Man.
Joanna Man?
Joanna Man.
Joanna Man.
Yes, Joanna Man.
Because he was a cross-dresser and was real, like, only wear women clothes, only not so more of a trans. If he wanted to be a trans, he could be, but from my knowledge, he was a cross-dresser. And, you know, the whole shebang boom, the wigs, the makeup, the nails, the boots, the everything. And he was like damn near 6'2", 6'5", I don't know. The bitch was really tall. But so basically how we met through social media. And one time, once we met on social media, we were cool, we were chit-chatting, we were talking. I think we did link up once, but I don't remember how we linked up or where we went, but that's how we met. That's how we first encountered each other. And then fast forward later on, when I was working at a restaurant, I seen Joanna Man pulled up at the restaurant, and we both were looking at each other like, I know you. Like, it was given one of those, because we only linked up once. That first time, like I said, that first encounter that we had, we was linking up once. And after a while, like, you start to forget about a person. So we gave, like, I think I remember you. So it was that, and I think we exchanged phone numbers, and ever since then we became cool. We were talking every day, and I think this is around the summertime, so, you know, this was a perfect opportunity to, you know, turn up, make a new friend, etc. So fast forward, we started, you know, talking more, hanging out more. He didn't stay too far from me. And Joanna Man had a car, so it was real easy for him, whatever, to get around. And we hung out. I also introduced him to one of my bestest friends, David. I think I even had him meet my boyfriend at the time. And we all actually hung out and went to bowling, but the place that we went to was it was a different experience than bowling. It was more it was an arcade, it was a bowling. They had a bar, they had like a nice patio with hookah and music and good food and shit like that. So it was a good outing for all of us to go hang out. I wanted to invite Joanna Man because I didn't want my best friend to feel like he was a third wheel while I was basically kind of like with my nigga at the time. So boom, we invited Joanna Man, and everything makes sense. During the time that we was getting ready and shit with it was me, my boyfriend, and David. We were already ready, and we kept I kept explaining and letting Joanna Man know, like, this is what we're doing, blase, blase. Are you on board? Yes, I'm on board. Yes, we can hang out. Yes, we can chill. Cool. The bitch started procrastinating, started being extra. That's when Joanna Man for the first time met my boyfriend and shit like that, and was just doing too much.
God.
So as you can tell, Joanna Man is very animated, and when I mean animated, very animated and very extra. So boom, okay, basically that's how we met. So we're gonna get further onto the story on why I say I fell out with a fake friend. So it was a time when my boyfriend was going out of town with his friends to Orlando, I think, and, you know, I didn't have nothing to do that night, so, or that weekend, honestly. So Joanna Man hit me up and was like, hey, you want to come stay over the night at my house? You know, we can drink and just vibe, chill, whatever. I was like, okay, cool, I'm down. So what I did was I Ubered to his house at the time, and he was just gonna take me back home. this was, I don't remember, I think it was a Friday night. And during this time, I was actually on the phone with one of my other good best friends, Tiana. And, you know, me and Tiana are talking and chilling. I mean, talking and, you know, connecting and shit. And as I'm on the phone with Tiana, at the time I already made it to Joanna Man's house. So by the time I'm still on the phone with Tiana, I'm over here like, hey, this is my friend Joanna Man, this is my good friend Tiana. Right off rip, the bitch is starting to be really extra, but you know, in an extra way where I understand, like, you know what I mean? I've been around you, so it's not a big deal for me at the moment. But my friend, she don't know you, so it's like you just you're coming off real weird. But anyways, after I got off the phone with Tiana, next thing you know, like we're you know, I'm in his room, we talking, we drinking, we listening to music, and we trying to plan for the rest of the night to see what's gonna happen, like to see if we're gonna either go outside, or we're gonna, you know, invite a couple of people over, I guess. Mind you, he had roommates and stuff. And we were just deciding on what we're gonna do. We also was eating and, you know, just vibe, chilling. Like it gave like slumber party type shit, but just me and him. So, later on that night, I started to see that Joanna Man was on the phone with his friend or whatever, and they was like, you know, talking, and I guess they were like playing around, throwing shade, and then the friend had said something slick about me or to me or something, so I kind of paid it. Cause I'm like, bitch, I don't even know. You sound like a child. Like you know, like when somebody, you can hear somebody's tone, their demeanor, and you can also see their appearance, and you can just tell somebody is of a certain age. I could tell that person was of a certain age. Like you don't give 21. You don't even give like you're able to even go in the liquor store to buy liquor.
Let me keep my peace. Let me keep my peace, girl. Fuck it! Let's get nasty!
So I started to entertain it afterwards because it was like they kept on going. They were going back and forth, then now they're going with me. So, you know, we just doing cute little fun shade. But at that point, the shade started to get a little bit too suspect because Joanna Man, this is how I know this bitch is a hater and is a hater and weird. He basically insinuated not once, but twice, saying that, oh, my nigga doesn't even claim me. He doesn't even claim me as his boyfriend or whatever. I'm like, the first time I heard it, I paid it. I threw a little shade back. I was like, well, at least I got it, man. I was like, oh, what do you have? Like, you know, just a little fun shade. Like, you know, let me throw my little 1-2 back. But later on at night, you're saying it again. Not once, but twice. And you're saying it and you're making it seem like, okay, bitch, wait a minute now.
It's like, oh no, wait a minute, bitch.
Let's go.
Is there something you want to tell me? Because that's what I said. Like, I was like, is there something you want to tell me? Because this is not your first, or this is your second time saying it. And I'm not offended, but I'm kind of feeling some type of way because you're saying it again. And maybe you know something I don't know. So I kind of took it a little bit serious, but I wasn't offended by the question. I wasn't offended by what he said. I just was asking a question because maybe you do know something I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm already in my head just a little bit because he's out of town chilling with his friends, and I'm just here, you know, in town, ain't doing shit. So yeah. So I'm letting him know, I'm like, well, I'm not really offended, but you know, I'm taking it a little serious because it's the second time you're saying this, blase, blase, do you know something I don't know? I said, we can call him right now, blase, blase. So that's what I did. Called him. I called my nigga on the phone, and I was explaining to him what was being said, blase, blase, and he cleared the air, and me and him were fine, and then was that. Come back in the room, here goes Joanna Man talking about something, oh, friend, I didn't mean to, like, you know, try to hurt your feelings. I didn't know you were gonna be sensitive about it, and etc. It's not the fact that I was being sensitive. It's just the simple fact that you said it twice, and now I'm assuming, like, maybe you know something. So let me go ahead and nip it in the bud. Simple as that. Because the first time you say it, it comes out jokey. But the second time you saying it, while we're in a shade battle and throwing shade at each other, and then you're bringing it up again, not only on a phone call with a friend that I don't even know, but you're saying it to me in a moment where it's kind of heated but not heated, shade but not as like so harsh, if that makes sense. For the ones who know, you know. So okay, so he's basically like apologizing. He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I'm like, "No, you don't really gotta apologize. I'm not really being sensitive. It didn't hurt my feelings. I was just curious. Maybe you know something, and if that's the case, I'm gonna be an adult and call him and make sure if this is what it is, then cool. I know how to move on my end. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to know, cause the gays all know each other and run around, and it just, I just had to make sure, because I was never really out in the gay scene like that. I knew people, but I just wasn't really out like that. Period. So, when I said it, he's just basically just was apologizing and very like understanding on how I was feeling, and I was like, okay, cool, whatever, blase. But if y'all peep, y'all know that's how you know this shit is shady, because he was saying, Joanna Man was saying, oh, it was just a joke. I was just saying that because we throwing shade at each other.
Bitch.
You threw shade the first time you said it, but then now the second time you saying it and it's shade. It's not shade. You're just a weird, hating ass fake bitch. That's what you are. But I didn't say anything. I'm just keeping it to myself. I'm just like, okay. That's what I said. I was like, okay. So fast forward, we listening to music again. We over here dancing, twerking, turning up, having fun in his little room or whatever. And Joanna Man, basically is a prostitute. Joanna Man's a prostitute. So she basically pays her bills by prostituting. You know what I mean? She gets on her knees to get coins, and pay her bills, to get her way, pay her rent, blase.
That's all I have to say to that one.
I'm not judging you. You do what you do, to each his own. If you're gonna prostitute, I feel like you should prostitute for more than what you're getting, because. But that's me. I will never judge nobody for doing the hell. I remember I tricked one time in my life. I got paid a decent amount, but, this is not shade. I'm just, in my mind, I'm like, you're prostituting for $50. But that's neither here or there. So, he was a prostitute, and he had like his little client, his like loyal client that was coming over. And so, what I went and did was I kind of like went in the living room, but I was kind of hiding a little bit, because I didn't want his client to see me, and he didn't want his client to see me neither. I don't know what he was hiding, but anyways, Joanna Man brought his client back in the room, and they was doing what they were doing. I was just, sitting there waiting, and I'm texting my nigga and just talking, and he honestly wants me to go home, because the truth be told, my boyfriend did not like Joanna Man, and I didn't blame him. David didn't like him at that point, because like I said, we were all cool. Me, David, and Joanna Man, we were all cool. We used to all hang out, but David started to not like the bitch. My nigga didn't like the bitch, and then I'm already like skeptical with the bitch already, because we got into it one time before, over something so petty. But let me get back on track. So by the time he was done with his client or whatever, my nigga wanted me to go home because I was telling him what was going on. And when the client left, I was on the phone. That's when my boyfriend called me, and when he called me and shit, hey go, Joanna Man being real like funny, like you're being weird. I'm on the phone with my boyfriend, and he knows that I'm on the phone with him, and goes and blurts out, "Friend, come on, we gonna get some niggas that's gonna pull up, friend." And you saying it out loud, and I'm like, okay, but I was I didn't want to show that I was annoyed, but I was really annoyed, because if you got niggas that you want to like if you have niggas that you want to call and you want them to pull up, cool, by all means. I'm not gonna turn it down, but at the same time, don't scream out, I'm finna have niggas pull up on us, friend. What we doing? You on the phone? Why are you saying it when you know I'm on the phone, my nigga? Like, I didn't even act, like, first off, I don't care who you're bringing, but don't sit up here and insinuate that that's what I want. Like, oh, I want the niggas to pull up on us. You're being shady, you're being weird. That's why I said that bitch is weird. And I feel like that bitch was mad at the fact that not only that I was cute, but the fact that my nigga was fine, and the fact that I had things going on for myself as far as me doing makeup, because I used to do her makeup. Like I said, she was he's a cross-dresser and very animated, so mamas would pay me to get her makeup done, and that's cool, great. Thank you for being a clientele, thank you for somewhat supporting me, but you're weird. And so when you said that, I ended up getting off the phone with my boyfriend. Mind you, as I got off my phone with my boyfriend, I'm thinking, okay, maybe he really is Juwanna Mann is really gonna have people pull up as he quote unquote says he was while I was on the phone with my boyfriend. Didn't call nobody. He didn't call nobody. I'm thinking maybe his friend gonna pull up, the one he was on the phone with earlier. Nope. Nobody was pulling up. He said that just to get me off the phone, and that's fucked up. That's why I said that bitch is really, really weird. The bitch is fake and the bitch is weird. So later on that night, I started to get a little bit annoyed because it was like the antics with him and the animated shit was starting to really really irritate me. Mind you, it was already getting late. It was like midnight, probably like 1:30, not too late, but it was midnight. And matter of fact, it probably wasn't even that late. I think it started to become midnight, because I remember getting to Juwanna Mann's house like around probably like 8, 9. So things started to get weird. The bitch started to like continue to like say slick comments and shady comments, and here I am, gotta continue to keep engaging into your slick, shady comments, and rather me brush it off. No, I'm gonna engage into you because you keep on amping it up. So I'm gonna give you what you want.
Bitch gon' talk and I don't give a fuck.
I just actually.
No, I don't even care.
So basically, by me saying what I was saying, I guess what I said must have triggered. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I know when I said something, it triggered him. So he started to, stand up and was like, you could just see a person's body language, like, okay, something you said kind of struck my nerves, so now I'm ready for what you I'm ready, basically. So I'm sitting here chilling, just like sitting down, Juwanna Mann, 7 foot tall, extra bitch, just doing the most, feeling some type of way, and I know he was because you can see him. So I'm like, friend, you mad? Like, look like you mad? He's like, oh no, I'm not mad, and blase, and these long ass fingers and just doing the most, being extra and very animated, keep throwing shade. So at that point, it's more like a ticking time bomb. Like when you tick, like you keep provoking somebody and provoking, like at that point, all the shadiness that was going on, I kept brushing it off because I'm like, bitch, we gaze, we throw a little shade from time to time, but when you're constantly doing it, it's starting to become, bitch, you're starting to be fake, and it's starting to get on my nerves, and you're provoking me. Now I'm provoked, because the same way you claim you wasn't triggered when I know you were triggered, now you're throwing the act, now you're saying shit that's really like, okay, bitch, now I'm gonna have to come for you. So that's what happened. We ended up throwing shade, and the shade ended up turning into a big ass argument. And when I tell you a big argument, it was, oh bitch, you don't got no car, bitch, blase.
Bitch, I don't play with you like that. I don't you, I don't play with you like that. I don't.
Cool, I didn't have a car at the time, but boom, that's fine. I had money to get a car. I was making sure my decision on getting a car was not going to affect me financially, because at the time I was working at a restaurant. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I know how to move and manage my money. So what I thought was best for me is what I thought was best for me. I didn't want to get a car right now. And I kept explaining that to him, because it was plenty of times we all used to hang out. He was like, when you getting your car, friend? I'm like, soon, not right now, but like, soon. Like, I just want to financially figure out if I'm going to do a note or do a cash card, whichever one. So I'm not gonna rush my decision. So that's off topic though. But the bitch was throwing shade like, oh, you don't even got no car. So okay, you wanna throw shade and say I don't got no car? So I struck a bitch nerve. I said, boo, I said, you're a hating ass bitch. That's what you are. When I said that baby, actually I said that first. When we were getting into an argument, that's when I said it, and that's when it got really worse. Like, I triggered that bitch. Like, you can tell that bitch was triggered. I said, okay, boo, and that's fine. I said, you're jealous and you're a hating ass bitch. That's what I said. And, baby, the whole face and it was giving like, oh, and me, that bitch was saying, oh, bitch, you don't even got no car and blase, blase. I said, boo, you're mad. I said, I don't care about having a car. I can get a car if I want to. And was just like coming for me. And I was like, baby, you're mad at the fact that I have a fine-ass nigga. You're mad at the fact that I actually have something going for myself. You're mad at the fact that I'm actually pursuing, I do makeup. You're mad at the fact that I know what I want in life. You're mad at the fact that I'm more of in a stable situation than you are. You're younger than me. You're all these responsibilities at a young age. When me, yeah, I had a little responsibilities, but guess what? Boo, my responsibilities wasn't as big as yours, and I feel like that bitch was mad about that. I feel like the bitch was mad about me having a boyfriend. I felt mad about, I felt the fact that that bitch was mad, jealous, and hating on the fact that I just had shit going on with my career path, makeup, etc. And that bitch didn't work not one single government legal job. The bitch was prostituting, which I'm not throwing no shade to anybody that prostitutes, OnlyFans, whatever. Do what you gotta do. But what I feel is, if you're gonna do it, make your bread. You're doing the things that you're doing for $50, $40, and $20, baby. We are not the same. I don't care if you do this every single day. If you have clientele tricking off you you're tricking off these clientele every single day. You need to be making money. You need to be a high-paid prostitute, boo. So don't float around talking about something. You're that girl. You're not that girl. You don't even have a stability job. You're not really doing nothing with yourself. You're not like a high-paid known prostitute. You're just a regular punk who's cross-dressing, trying to get money. To pay your bills and your rent. Like, come on, boo. We're not the same. And I didn't want to take it there, but I took it there. And we're literally screaming at each other, saying things back and forth at each other, literally outside of his house where the neighbors, his roommates could probably hear. And I requested my Uber. Like, I requested my Uber this whole time because actually, what y'all didn't know was, as this bitch was getting on my nerves, I already knew I had myself planned and set up. I was on the Uber app already. As we kept throwing shade and as I started feeling like things was getting heated, I already requested my Uber, baby. I requested my Uber, and as I was waiting for that shit to come, bitch, we just kept on arguing, and we're outside at this point. I'm still waiting for my Uber, and we're going back and forth saying these things to each other, and the bitch was just going in, I'm going in, and at that point, ever since then, baby, when my Uber finally came up, I walked right in that car, and I was just going off, and I said something. I said, you are a bum prostitute, bitch. Pay your bills. I said, so what? I don't have a car. I can get one. My finances is okay, boo. I remember saying that, and I hopped right in the Uber car, and I know that Uber was looking confused because I was literally, we were shouting at each other while the Uber was there. As I'm literally with the car door open, 1 foot in, half my body trying to get in, and I'm sitting here reaching like, blase, blah, 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 cussing this bitch out. And the Uber probably like, what the fuck is going on? I know the Uber was probably like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? And I got in the car door, I got in the Uber, closed the door, and we took off. And ever since that night, I was so mad and so heated because this bitch, I knew this bitch was fake. Like, you're weird. Like, the things that you say, I don't feel the need to say to my friends. I don't feel the need to throw shade to my friends, especially when it's something that is touchy. Like, you talking about the fact that, oh, my nigga doesn't claim me, or you and that's the only thing he really could say, is just to say shit like that and try to get me about that. You couldn't say anything else bad about me. The only thing you were able to try to do is try to make me feel some type of way about my nigga, quote unquote, saying that he doesn't claim me, and the fact that I don't have a car at the moment. Those were the only two things. Other than that, boo, you couldn't say anything else about me negative, because you know my life and your life are too different, boo. I have something going on with my life. My finances are on point. I don't have much major responsibilities. You do at a young age, and you're mad. You're mad. So honestly, ever since then, I was so mad that night. I blocked the bitch. I blocked the bitch number. As a matter of fact, not even that. That hoe had texted me and said something. I forgot what he said, but he was basically saying almost like the same things, like, I could never be jealous of you. You don't got nothing that I want. He was saying that. He was like, I could never be jealous of you. You don't got nothing I want. You don't have no car. Blase, blase. I don't want to be you. Which I never said that I wanted you to be me. I never said you wanted my life. So that's how I know you are really, really bothered. You are really mad. So that hoe said, oh, and there's also a situation about, I think, saying something about how, oh, my mother doesn't love me.
Wait a damn minute.
That was it for me. When I heard that, it wasn't a trigger, but it was like, oh, now you playing with, because you're involving my family and my mother in it. So I saw a nasty good old text message, boo, because what you failed to realize, boo, remember, when we first started hanging out, we were talking. I knew things about you. You knew some small things about me. So you want to go there? Okay. I'm texting the bitch. I'm like, first off, Joanna man, because that's exactly what you give. Joanna man looking bitch. The bitch is tall as hell. Adam's apple big as hell. Hands bigger than mine. You taller than me. You walk around wearing boots and wigs looking like a whole... Whew.
Oh no.
Irrelevant. Anywho.
So I'm like, Joanna man looking bitch, blase, blase. And I said, first off, don't ever bring my mom up in this life, because first off, one thing about it, and two things for sure, my mom actually does love me. My mom is right now teaching me how to handle my finances and showing me and guiding me the right track of life and where I need to be by in my 20s before I even touch 30, boo. So let's not bring mothers in it. And I was like, boo, you don't even have a mother. Your mother abandoned you when you was even younger. So, baby, that's the difference between me and you. My mom actually loves me. My mom is actually still present in my life. Your mom isn't. Just because I had a little incident with my mother, that doesn't mean that she does not love me, boo. Because right now, she's guiding me on the right path of life, while your mom is probably somewhere living her life, not wondering where the fuck her child is. So I said that. I know that's probably below the belt, but once you try to get deep like that and try to hit me deep, and you bring my family, my mother, into a situation like this, oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. And when I sent that text message, I blocked that bitch number, and I changed I didn't change my number. I just blocked that bitch. And that was the end of the night. I went home so mad. And I was so mad that I even told my nigga the next day what happened. And it was chaos. But y'all, basically that was the time how I fell out with a fake ass friend, Joanna man. And I've never talked to that person ever again. I've never seen that person. I eventually moved here to Atlanta, and God knows where that person is, back in Miami, or God knows, I don't care. But yes, I hope you guys do like this story time. I hope this story time was not really all over the place. Y'all know I have to say that because my story times have a lot of events. Sometimes it's hard to remember because these story times happened years ago. Yeah, so I hope you guys really do enjoy this story time. If you definitely want more story times, go ahead and, you know, let me know. I'm still gonna make more story times. I have a whole bunch of list of story times that I want to express to YouTube. So yes, so if you guys are new to my channel, also go ahead and subscribe, hit that post bell notification so you can be notified every time I do upload any content. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.